Yeah, probably. Okay, I think we're live. We
Oh,
are live. Welcome everybody back to another edition of Chairgatin. I'm your host Rattlesnake, coming at you live once again from the Snake Pit here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, joined by my co-host Dakota. What up, Dakota?
what up, baby? It's been a minute. Had a little break. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. We have nothing to talk about. I think there was a race
No,
last
it's gonna
weekend.
be a
I don't
boring
even
episode.
know what, if anything. I don't even know who won. Did anything happen? I don't know. Let's jump in it.
All right, let's do it. What's up? It's Chairgatin coming at you live.
Hello, come right in. Rock flag and eagle.
Fuck yeah, dude.
What up? What up?
What up, man? There's a
Can't
reason to
imagine
celebrate this week,
anything
ain't there?
that could be talked about. Yeah, I don't know. Dakota, where you at? What up, boys? What up? What up?
You still here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude,
Is there
soak
anything
it
to talk
in,
about?
bro. Soak it in. I don't care what happens in this episode.
Dude,
The
I've had
three
this.
car went
I
to fucking
I
victory
put this
lane.
flag up on Monday morning, and I've taken every single meeting with this flag behind me. Every single
That's
meeting I've
awesome.
taken, and granted, I do work in
Did
racing,
anyone say
so
anything? Like,
yeah,
oh,
every single meeting, and I've been in probably
hi, Matt Rose here.
10 meetings this week. Every single one of them has been like
That's a
somebody
baller
eventually
move.
they see it and then they immediately laugh, which is the best reaction you can get. They just they're just immediately see it and then they start laughing and they go, "Is that an Austin Dillon flag behind you?"
You're damn right it is.
Yeah. Which is one thing that we are going to have to talk about is the mainstream storylines, because I don't know about y'all, but I've had coworkers, family, friends reach out to me and talk to me about the Austin Dillon incident. Granted, I think everybody kind of knows I'm pretty public about that I'm an Austin Dillon fan because there's only a couple of us, only a handful of us left. But I've had people hitting me up and asking me about NASCAR this week more than I have since probably like Daytona or maybe the 3 wide finish. I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
Dude, I mean, where do we begin? I think I think I'm as happy for Austin Dillon as I am for you and Dalton.
Hey,
I
look at the
like
chat
Dylan did it for Dale. Dude, I was gonna when we jump into it, I wanted to talk about his post race interview a little bit.
about how he's the new Intimidator.
Yeah, but like he could have like had t-shirts made. If I wanted him so bad to be out and be like, I wasn't trying to wreck him. I just wanted to rattle his cage. I think that would have just been fucking mic drop.
Damn.
How
Yeah,
like the moment you had,
that's a
and
good
I'm sure
point.
he was in shock, like, oh my god, I can't
Yeah,
believe we
just
did
for
that.
like the marketing and
The
merchandising purposes
marketing,
and
the
everything.
merchandise.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That's a really good
Yeah,
point.
I
Yeah.
think that would have been sick. Oh, what
Mm.
up, Fred?
Yeah.
Barry,
Hey.
baby, for forever.
Yeah. I got all my merch out, representing, got everything.
Dude,
There's not a
sick.
lot of times as an Austin Dillon fan that you get to like bust
That's
out
why I
your.
was like, soak it in, man. This is your week.
Yeah, yeah.
Every
It's
week,
been a
go,
minute.
I'm not picking a 3-car. Fuck this shit.
It's been a
Woo!
minute. It's been a
Yeah.
minute, man. It happens every couple years. It's like once every couple years. It's just a thing. Which I think we've discussed on the show too, that we're like Austin is kind of due because it's been that amount of time for him. And he is consistent about that. It's been like
Yeah.
2 years, so it was like, all right, he
Has
was
he ever
gonna
had a multi-win season? I don't know, right?
a multi-win season.
I don't think so.
Let's see, it was 2022, 2020, Daytona was 2018, 2017. No, yeah, no.
Um,
I do want
yeah,
to say
man.
though, talking about him losing a playoff spot. Um, it's been a minute since he's been in the playoffs, but
Yeah, he didn't make it last year. He didn't win last year either. The year
yeah,
before that was the Daytona rain
and since
debacle, I believe.
2020,
That was his last win.
since 2020 was his last playoff.
No way. When they wrecked at Daytona and he won. That was like 2022, I believe. Remember? Daytona season finale.
That was
They wrecked into the rain.
yeah, that was 2022, but that was the playoff. Oh,
That was the season finale to get in the
Yeah.
playoffs because Truex didn't make it.
maybe I am
Or
thinking.
Truex made it. Blaney didn't make it. So one of them didn't make it. I think Truex didn't make it. And then,
'Cause
but
I guess-
Austin Dillon won the race and made it in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, in
Choked
2020
everything
was
up.
the Texas win.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
2020 or 20. Yeah, or 2021.
I think I got those backwards.
Damn,
Okay.
I know Austin Dillon's career better than you. It's crazy.
That's not surprising to anybody that's listened to this show. I'm really bad at stats and history and stuff. But anyway,
Fuck yeah, dude.
we gotta win. We gotta win. It's been a minute. Should we like break down
I'm
the
not
race?
fucking leaving. Yeah,
We'll get there, I guess.
yeah, man, let's jump right in it. I mean, we had the 2-week off break. Obviously, we haven't been here.
Yep.
And I literally like Thursday, Friday before the weekend, I was like, oh shit, like, yeah, race weekend's back. Let's go, boys. The group chat was popping off.
Right.
And when the hell is practice and qualify? Like, I haven't even paid attention. I've been out of touch for so long. That seems now felt like a month off, and I was like, oh, dude, let me check Bob's Twitter because, like, what's going on?
It did honestly feel like 3 weeks, though. I do just want to point that out. For
felt-
some reason, it actually felt like 3 weeks instead of 2. It was weird. I was like doing the math in my head, and I was like, wait, it's been like 3 Sundays? I was like, this is the 3rd Sunday. But yeah, it felt like a long time.
So yeah, I was like, man, it's been a minute. And I checked. I was like, oh, okay, the race is Sunday night, qualifying is Saturday night, whatever, cool. And but then I was like, let's go, man. I cut grass over the weekend, and I made sure I bought some beer Sunday, and Felicia was cooking dinner, and I got beer staged ready, and I pulled the recliner out and just was watching pre-race and was like, dude, this is what it's about right here. Like,
Yeah.
this is.
Were
Like,
you
it
okay?
doesn't
But
get
were you
better than this.
stoked for Richmond, or were you nervous about the
I
race?
think-
Were you like,
Well, I was
"Eh."
excited for I think Richmond's been okay at best the last couple years. Short track package, we all know, but I still love Richmond for like my childhood.
Yeah, no, for sure. I get
Like,
it. Like Richmond still
I
has.
still like. I'm not giving up on Richmond, but
Right.
I was like nervous. Like, I hope it's not a bore fest. However, I was just happy that the race was coming on. And then that we had the tires. I was just curious of what was going to happen with the tires, and I was like, I don't even care what happens. I'm ready to watch a race.
Yeah, I
and,
forgot about it until like pre-race, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
They were
let's
doing the
see.
national anthem, and I was like, oh shit, where's my headphones? Like, I gotta get my scanner up.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I just had like, man, this is like all I need. It's a great cherry to a good weekend. Like, I just wanted to chill out and watch the race.
Yeah, I was
And-
excited to have racing back. I just wasn't necessarily excited for Richmond, if you know what I mean.
sorry.
Which is ironic now, obviously.
I think I was fine with it. Like, I was just like, it wasn't like we were going to Coda or something, or like
yeah, true.
Chicago
It-
Street
okay,
Race.
yeah, it could have been worse for sure.
I literally forgot about Indy and like how mad I was.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like,
Actually,
I literally
dude, we really did end on a sour note. I forgot.
I
about
was
that.
watching. I was like watching pre-race, and I was like, and they were showing like highlights, like our last race. Da, da. And I was like, dude, I totally forgot that happened, and how pissed I was. But we had the option tires. Was curious how that was going to play out. They get to racing, and it was pretty spicy off the rip. And there was guys passing. You could clearly tell like the good cars were passing people left and right. And then out of pocket, Daniel Suarez throws the red tires on early. And it was like watching a video game on easy mode, bro. He
Right.
straight up just was like, see ya. And I watched him go from like 19th to 10th in like a couple laps. And I was like, yo, like, what up, Nick?
Yeah, that's exactly, I think, what we're going to talk about right
Yeah,
now.
dude.
Yeah.
And I watching Daniel Suarez, like, I was like, how good will they be? Because they did this at North Wilkesboro, and it really wasn't shit.
Right.
Or like, it didn't make a big difference because everybody was on him. But watching it here, like Daniel, and then he was up to like 6. I was like, dude, he's like gonna get to the top,
Yeah.
lead or the top 3 at least. And he got the leaders and blew the doors off. And I
Yeah.
was like, dude, if I was like, well, I know they only had 2 sets, which I kind of like made it interesting, like when to use them. But I was like, if I was somebody in 20th right now, I'd pit right now and put them on. Like, because it got to where track position was really important throughout the stages. It went
Yep.
green almost the whole race. And I was like, dude, Daniel Suarez did that at the first stage, or was it first or beginning of the second stage? And he stayed in the top 5 the rest of the race. Like, use the tires early, got the track position, and never lost it. There was some alternating strategies with pit stops, like guys running out the tires long, guys pitting 2 or 3 times in stages, but they got the track position and made it work. That's the reason they had a good day. And yeah, they did it awesome. Good
Almost
kudos to
perfectly.
those.
Suarez got it
He was
almost
coming
perfectly.
late, but that was
The
the thing
thing
too.
is, if we had like 6 more clean laps, Suarez would have been up there battling Austin
Yeah,
Dillon
he was
for the
definitely going to
lead.
pass a couple more
That's
cars.
the thing. Yeah,
Probably get a
if he
top
timed
3
it
or 4.
a little bit more perfectly. Granted, you got to give credit to Austin Dillon's pit crew, which we'll talk
Yeah.
about also, but those times were incredible.
Um,
But Suarez, especially at the end there, it was getting a little spicy, pun intended.
well, it was
That
funny.
Suarez's tires he was catching them.
Yeah, you could tell guys were like, we're saving a set in case there's a late race caution.
Yeah.
And with 20 to go, I was like, there's no way there's going to be a caution. I was like, so that means these guys had a set of reds just laying around for no fucking reason. And at that point, I was like, dude, if it was 50 to go and I was in like 10th, you're going to go lap down, but you're going to run like 5 seconds faster a lap. But I was like, if
Yeah.
I was in like 10th and it was 50 to go, I'd pit right now and put them reds on and just see where we end up.
Yeah, I
But
totally
that
agree.
was little did I know. But I just noticed that every team was saving a set. And I was like, that kind of makes it like, like they're not even going to use that set. Whatever. But Daniel Suarez was coming on his 2. Lardos, second half of the race, as they got to dark, all of a sudden emerging from like the shadows. He'd kind of been like, 8th all day, it seemed. 8th, 9th, 6th, somewhere in there. The 3 car, as soon as it got dark, the 3 car straight up was rolling to the front, no matter what tire he was on. And I was commenting in the group chat like, dude, the 3's flying. I watched him go from 6th to 5th to 4th to 3rd because they were like 3 cars coming. They're
I
like,
know.
he's
Yeah.
rolling. They're like, they were talking about how he's rolling the center so good, and they were like telling Tyler Reddick to like watch it, like do what he's doing. And Reddick was like, I can't. The car's too tight. And I was like, dude, like Austin Dillon's gonna catch Denny Hamlin. And then we had a little battle. He passed him. There was stops. Then he got him back, and then he ran Denny back down. And I was like, dude, come on, Austin. Like, how cool is this? Like,
Well, the battle with Joey was intense as hell.
Battle with Joey was intense.
That lasted a long time too.
I was a big 3 fan at the end of this race.
Joey was definitely not letting him pass. I mean, everybody knew Austin had the faster car, but Joey was like, "There's no way I'm letting this dude pass." I mean, they battled for a long time, and I was worried about that too because I was like, "Dude, they're starting to get close to each other." I know Austin has the faster car; he can catch Denny. But if they keep playing around back here, I'm like, I know Austin Dillon. This is not going to go well. But he did eventually pass him.
Yes. And Austin Dillon legitimately took the lead. And then it came around to stops. And it was like, like the 3 car, they were doing green flag stops. 3 car had a monster stop and kept him in contention with 11 car. And he ran him back down and passed him again and booked him and had a huge lead, cruising 10 to go, 5 to go, 3 to go. I literally was like, I talked to you how cool that scheme was at the beginning of the weekend.
Yep.
And I was like, dude, it's so cool. Like they were already shipping him home on the broadcast, They were like the 3 car winless streak playoff.
It's been 2 years.
They were doing it all. Rick Allen was, and I was like, man, it's so cool for Austin. And like, this is going to be badass. Like, and I was literally like, go Austin, go. And I was like, man, Matt's probably wasted right now. I was like, you gotta be looking at TV like biting your nails.
Yeah, I was.
Then
Dude. I know
of a
that's why I was
sudden-
really silent in the chat most of that race because I was just like so nervous.
That's what I did with 10 to go. I put my phone down because like group chat was like,
yeah,
and I was like, I'm not even reading this till the race is over.
because you know what sucks is I was watching
Somebody's ahead of you,
and I'm watching it on live YouTube TV. So I'm watching it as live as I possibly can. And I get a notification. I look down, and it's the group chat, and it says, "Oh no!" And then I look up, and then I see Ricky Stenhouse run into the wall, and I'm like,
some people's satellites are a little faster.
that he didn't like, and so then I'm just like, okay, we're not winning because I'm super down.
So I was super curious. it was very fucking weird. We had no yellows the whole race. Coming to 2 to go, and Nick says, I've never been so excited and loud at my TV watching a driver I don't care about take out my 2 least favorite drivers and win.
That's a big part of this, dude.
Yes. And
that is a big part of this.
so I literally was like, no fucking way. How does Ricky dive it in? You don't want to talk about driving in too deep and taking somebody
what
out.
was that about?
What was that? Ryan Priest was like 2 or 3 laps down, and Ricky was like 1 lap down. Like they weren't even on the same lap or for position.
Yeah, they were like, well, he just got loose. I'm like,
no, he drove it in there so fucking deep and just wiped out the 41. And I was like, was that on purpose?
Yeah, where's that data at?
Yeah, let me see that SMT. It was very odd. And they were just like, oh no. And it was like, I honestly had no faith that they were going to be faster than the 22 and 11 on pit road. Prove me wrong. They did. I literally was like, Austin Dillon just lost this race. There's no way. Like, but I was like, maybe he'll still be top 3 coming off pit road. The 3 team threw a stop of a lifetime when the pressure was on and it all fucking mattered. The 3 car came in first and came off first, and it was badass to see them step up to the plate. And then I was like, oh my God, he's still on front. He's still in the front. Like, okay, this is cool. And I was surprised nobody took.
By the way, they tweeted that they had an average pit stop time of 8.85 seconds.
That's insane.
Across all 7 pit stops, fastest recorded.
Yeah, they were on it all day. Had a fast car
crazy.
Practice, fast car in the race, fast pit crew. I mean, a blind hog will find an acorn every now and then, I guess.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. I don't know what happened.
When they came off to the lead, I was like, dude, Austin better get this restart. He better get this restart of a lifetime. And I was like, I literally,
the conversation gets started.
They went into 1, and I was like, push him up. I was hoping he was going to move Joey, and Joey had just a little better restart. Call it what you want, but Joey hustled that on the outside. Like, kudos to Joey.
How did you feel about the choice to take the inside instead of the outside? Do you think that was smart?
Well, I think it was smart because if he's on the outside and Joey gets that restart, he just washes Austin up, and Austin's going to get split 3 wide. You know? Hey, Luna. Austin's just going to get Luna. If say Austin was on the outside and had that, and Joey got a better restart. Yeah. What if Joey just goes in there and doors them out of the way, and Austin washes up to the wall and finishes?
And people would have been like, "Hey, that's short track racing, dude.
Yeah, he choked.
Rubbing racing, baby. Sorry, you can't handle it." I guess Austin ran out of town.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I think you had to protect the inside.
I agree. I'm glad he chose that.
You'd rather be in control of washing somebody up than somebody washing you up, I think. And but then Joey worked him on the outside. He cleared him down the backstretch, and I was like, "Oh my God!"
Once he cleared him, I was like, "Uh-oh." Well,
I thought I was like, Matt just threw his hat. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, and I was like, I was
on my feet, just running around.
I jumped off the couch, and I was like, no. I was like, Joey just won this race. I was like, Joey just won this race.
That's what I kept saying. I was just, I was standing over by my back door. I wasn't even by my, like, I was just so far away from my TV that I could physically be, because I was just sick.
And I was like, watching. Get to him, Austin, get to him, like hoping he would get to Joey. And then Joey like gapped him down the backstretch on the white. And I was like, yeah, this is over. Like, I was like, God damn it. Like, I don't hate Joey, but like, I do like Joey, but I was like, Joey won. All right. And,
especially over what?
Well, it was more like I wanted
Austin Dillon win.
I wanted a clean Austin Dillon win, and then I was like, a restart and Joey wins.
One that he earned throughout the race, one that he battled for, one that his pit crew earned, like one that was going to be unblemished from his long laundry list of victories that people like to claim he didn't earn.
Yeah, it was fun because the whole time, the end of the race, I was thinking like, what's Mac thinking right now? I was like, I was like, I know he's probably losing it. Like, go, and But then they sell it into 3 and 4, dude. And you see, they're already like, Joey Logano. And then you just see Austin like keep coming into the frame. And he punts the 22. And I was like, yeah. I was flipping out. And then I was like, oh, shit. Because he had to check up because the 22 was like, or he was making the corner, but the 22 is washing out in front of him now.
Right.
I mean, of course, a lot of people hate Joey. So I know like the fans were excited that Austin, for a split second, Austin Dillon was a hero and boots Joey into the wall.
Yeah, because the fans at the track were loving that.
Yes. Well, then here's where I think we'll get a lot of people conflicted on Twitter and stuff. But then the three is checking up and coming down.
That's
And
not
he's
what the
also
data
going like
shows. That's not what the data shows.
he's
That's not what the
going
data shows.
slower now. And the 11's scooting by on the bottom and coming up. The 3's coming down to move from the 22. The 11's coming up to the preferred racing line. I stand with RCR. That's right. And I still stand on this hill that they both met in the middle. Like,
Yeah.
Denny's coming up, Austin's coming down to get to the start finish line. And I think he probably saw the 11 and was like, he's trying to win at all costs. I don't think he really meant to fucking spin him into the wall, but I think he did mean to hit him, or he wasn't going to not hit him. But I think the
Also-
11 coming up makes the 11
Yeah.
right hook even harder. Like we said, if he had just been a little more back, they would have just door banged to the finish. Look, they would have
Which I
door
think
banged to
was
the
the
finish
point.
and side by side, and probably Denny would have won. And it'd been an iconic side by side finish, and there'd been no penalties.
Yep, and nobody would be
Of
upset.
just a pissed off Joey.
I think that's what the plan was, especially for the 3 car, was I'm going to try to door this guy.
Yeah, I don't
prevent
think
him
he
from
did.
getting. And then I think Denny is like, I'm coming up. Denny can pull down. He sees what is going on too. That's a whole nother thing
They
that
could
like
have stayed on the
that
bottom.
Denny refuses to talk about. Also, I think is that he's like,
Let me see the SMT. Well, let me see the SMT of the 11.
let me see. Yeah, let me see where you're looking, because I guarantee you see what's going on right in front of you, and you know that you could hang tight to the yellow line. You could do that.
Yeah. Make Austin chase you down there.
Yeah, but
Um,
he wants to clear him, which obviously why wouldn't he? Because then that
Yeah.
locks up the victory.
I think Denny thought he was already like clear of the
Yeah.
3.
Agreed.
I think he thought like,
Denny-
wow, I just got to win.
Yeah, 100%. That's what it seems like to me.
So side draft is what everyone would do that. Yeah. So I think Austin like meant to get to his door. I didn't think Austin meant to hook him.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't really care. I can't say I wouldn't have fucking panicked when the race just slipped through my fingers and I was trying to do everything I could to win for my team. So, it is what it is. But Austin gets the dub. Austin crossed the checker.
Austin wins.
I was flipping out, dude. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, that was awesome. I was so excited. I was excited for you and Dalton. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. RCR. When the 3 car is in victory lane, it just makes you feel good in your tummy, dude. Like,
Exactly.
it's a wholesome feeling, like little
Exactly.
little teary eye, just like we're gonna be all right,
Yeah.
6 cars, anyway.
You know what? America's not so bad after all.
Yeah,
I think
I was-
we'll work out. I think everything will work out.
yeah, everything's
Yeah.
in its right place. So
Everyone
Everyone
keeps
keeps-
saying that he was just following the preferred racing line. However, when a driver is leaving someone only one lane to try and win, they're going to give you the preferred lane. Yeah, exactly. Like what?
Denny's coming up, Austin's coming down. I don't.
They're
But then
both going
I
to the
don't.
preferred lane.
I never really got I don't think it was real, but that like quote tweet with a picture that was posted in group chat where Austin was like, "Yeah, I meant to turn him because Kyle Larson won't," or something. I was like, "There's no way that's real." Like Austin didn't say that. There's no way.
Yeah, is that real? I don't know.
I
I've
don't
seen
think it
people
is.
posting that.
If he did after all of this, he's
That
a
would be
fucking idiot.
weird, dude.
It was weird.
I'd be
and
like, was he
stupid.
drunk? Like,
Yeah. Did I ask him that on Monday morning?
Yeah, did you call him and he was drunk and he was like, "You
Yeah.
damn right, I hooked him and I'll do
I
it
don't think
again."
Austin Dillon's ever even talked to Kyle Larson.
Yeah, right. No,
so-
I think they play golf or something.
I'm
together.
joking, but
No,
yeah,
he golfs with Denny though. That's the thing. He does play a lot of sports with Denny and stuff.
yeah, they had a basketball league today.
Yeah, they golf together. They play basketball. I think they play pickleball. Like,
So yeah, I think
guess
you
they
gotta
don't
leave
really
on
care that
track.
much
You gotta leave
at the end
on
of the
track
day.
matters on the track and the other stuff outside. I mean, unless you're gonna fight on pit road. Don't enjoy his shit. Made my dick trickle. That's right, Dalton. The 3 car. Yeah, Dalton, your car you worked on, or the cars you worked on, wrecked
we-
the 22 on the final lap. You got to be happy.
Are we allowed to be talking about that?
He posted on goddamn Twitter.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said it if he wanted to. Unless he wants to stop.
Anyway,
It's
he-
a shame. Oh wait,
so I know. So immediately we're like, okay, there might be penalties coming because immediately people.
yeah,
were like
I literally
freaking
was
out.
like, so it's not. When he wrecked Joey, I was flipping out. But then whether he did or did on purpose, when he hooked Denny, I was like, oh shit, like,
Yeah.
that was ugly.
But I
was like-
immediately thought, oh, that was incidental. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
no one meant to do that. That was my first thought. But then people were like, I don't know.
Well, then drivers were pissed, and they were like, "Fuck Austin Dillon," and scanners were going off.
It's a shame. Would have won straight up if it weren't for a Recky
Yeah,
Spinhouse.
it would have been a
There'd be
good
no
old race.
controversy. Yeah, dude, that's the shittiest thing is people. The only thing we'd be talking about right now is okay, who's making it into the playoffs because Austin Dillon just stole a spot. How badass was Richmond? Wow, we finally got a good Richmond, and this tire option was sweet. We should probably see this at more tracks. And hey, the 3 was in Victory Lane. That's pretty cool. Those would be sweet talking points. But now we have to talk about these just horrendous penalties.
Hey,
And speaking of children, we also have to talk about Joey Logano trying to murder babies.
murder babies. Oh my god. Oh yeah. So I literally was like, "Oh, that was ugly." But hey, he got the win. 3 cars in Victory Lane. La-di-da. Joey's pissed off.
When like Bob Pockris tweeted it too, like, "Hey,
Yeah.
certified Austin Dillon wins." I'm like, okay, so they can't take it away. Like,
Yeah.
they just certified that he won this race.
Yeah, when they were like, "He's the winner," I was so excited. Like 3 car, Johnny Morris Victory Lane. That's always good pictures and stuff. But then they came back and Joey's interview was classic. He was like, "Fuck that guy," and I was like, "Go fight him." But I was like, I think when it's the winner, they don't really go that far with it. But then the video comes out of Joey trying to murder people on pit road, and I was like, "Ooh!" I was like, if anything, that looks way worse than the right hook.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so I don't
Murder
know
baby.
if that 50K fine ain't near
Yeah,
enough.
that
Yeah,
was
okay.
rough.
So I don't know if you saw it like when it was happening. I saw somebody come up and yell something in his window where
Yeah, like what the
driver's
fuck?
side, and then him kind of peel off.
Yeah.
But I didn't think anything of it. I was just kind of like, oh, I think Samantha was even like, oh shit, somebody was trying to fight down there. And I was like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. And then I see it on Twitter and I'm like, oh, okay. But when you see the angle from
Yeah,
like
from his
behind Whitney
onboard.
Dillon, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, and the onboard too. Like they jumped out of the way.
The onboard was pretty
Nearly
bad, but
missed.
that one was real bad
Yeah.
where they had the baby's ears and stuff, and you're like,
You know what
oh.
really bothered me most about this is he's doing the burnout. Cars, it's got to be loud as shit there. When he's holding the baby and covers her ears, I was like, "You fucking bitch!"
Well, the baby had headphones.
Fuck the baby's ears. No, the baby did not have headphones.
Yeah,
the baby
it
had
did.
no headphones. No, the baby had no headphones, and he was doing the burnout, and she covered her ear holding the baby. And I was like, any person in the right mind would have covered their baby's ear.
Dude, that baby had headphones.
No, it didn't. I
Yes,
watched
it did.
Okay.
I'm
Anyways,
gonna pull up
baby
and find the
gate.
video because now this is slander, and
I
I
know.
refuse to
I
accept
was
that on
pissed.
this
On the
good,
Dillon episode.
highly qualified broadcast.
I was
We're not gonna
pissed.
slander the Dillon name on this show, you piece of shit. What are you, a Joey Logano fan? You commie bastard.
It was very rough looking, dude. I was like, "Ooh, God!" I was like, Joey better get hammered for that. But his interviews were classic. Baby had earphones. They were
Thank
pink.
you. They were pink. Boom.
Okay, sure.
Slander. I'm gonna
Show me a
sue
picture.
on behalf. These child headphones. Yes.
All right. So there were some kids that didn't.
Anyway, Joey Logano, dude. Not a good look. Not a good look. When that video came out, I was mad at Joey, right? Because he was talking shit. But when that video came out, even I was like, ooh, he's about to get it bad. Like, that's not a good look, you know?
Yeah, dude. I was totally like, ooh, like after he was just like, hey, fuck him and fuck all that. If that's how you want to race. But I was also like, Joey, you've won like 10 races like this. I was
Should we
literally
talk
like,
about this?
I literally was like, sometimes you're the bat, sometimes you're the ball, dude. Like that's how this goes. And I was literally like, of course he should be pissed, but like he was like, that's not how you race. You don't just go in there and plow over somebody. I was like,
yeah,
fucking serious right now.
I think that's
like,
immediately what
I
said in the
like
group
you
chat.
because you do that to people.
I think that was the first thing I sent in the group chat after like rewatching it. I was like, what? Joey Logano saying this? Am I fucking crazy right now? Yeah. Am I taking crazy pills? It was so funny to hear Joey Logano say it. And then immediately everybody on Twitter and everything is like, yeah, that's right. Joey, fucking, you tell him. And I'm like, are we in like an episode of the Twilight Zone right now or something? What are we talking about?
I know,
it's
dude.
Joey Logano.
I was totally like, and like drivers that are aggressive. I like drivers that are gonna go in there and go for it. Not if I would have got to him, I would have moved him. It's like, would you have? Then why didn't you? Like, is Austin like the flag came out and Austin like saw blood in the water and went for it. Whether you want to call it a cheap shot or dirty or that's not racing, well, you're not in fucking victory lane with Johnny Morris, bitch. So that's the way I saw it. I was like, I would total respect Austin Dillon. The Denny thing is what it is, but actually going in there and like, I'm gonna move this motherfucker. And
yeah, I've picked Joey Logano multiple times saying that is the reason. Because I know that he'll move you to win. I've said that like so many times.
It made me have so much more respect
for
for Austin Dillon. Like, that's right, bro. Go in there and get after it.
I
Like,
know. It made me be like, yeah, that's right, big dog.
Yeah,
you eat today.
Take his fucking head off. Yeah, that's what I want. And like, that was the thing too. Austin Dillon said in his Kevin Harvick interview. He was like, I raced those guys clean for like 399 miles. The white flag came out, and I wanted to. I was going for it. And that was Denny was like, if you mess up the restart, take the L, bro. It was like, yeah, Denny, that's why you always get ran over.
Yeah, I was surprised also. Denny immediately in the interview was calm, but I think he was just like,
I think he's paying fines.
Also, I think he's just like, I was probably gonna get third anyway. Let's be honest.
Yeah. It's not like Denny was leading the whole race and then got wiped out.
Denny looked better in the post-race interview because of it. I will say that too. Because I was just like, very shut up, Joey, you bitch. Although, now, yeah, that's just short track racing. Now,
that would have been awesome if Austin said that on the fucking victory lane.
That would have been hilarious, dude. They're like, Austin, so what do you think about this controversial? Well, that's just short track racing.
Oh god,
that's a Kyle Busch cry emoji thing. Yeah, Denny pissed me off when he tweeted. RCR tweeted out that they were going to fight this.
Yeah.
And that they were disappointed in the decision. And Denny decides to tweet, not as disappointed as I was off turn 4.
Yeah, dude, you got like fucking 3 wins.
3 wins this season. You're in like second or something. You're a favorite to win the championship with Kyle Larson. And you're talking to RCR, a team that is not in the playoffs now. Yeah. And
well, speaking of that,
come on,
let's
dude.
jump into.
I think RCR is more disappointed. Is the point? Like,
let's jump into the news that was released yesterday. We think on Sunday night that Austin Dillon just raced away in the playoffs, and maybe I thought, like, if anything, maybe they'll take his playoff points away. Like, you're gonna start with 0 points or something, or at the most. And then I was like, or maybe they'll just fine him like $300,000. I don't know. I was like, what are they gonna do? But then when it didn't come out Tuesday, I was like, why have they not released it? Like, this is weird. And then they came out with it, and I was pouty. I was totally like, man, fuck this fucking.
Can we also talk about how long it takes to come out with this important decisions like this?
They had to film a goddamn edit about it.
This is ridiculous, dude. We should honestly have these decisions the night of.
Yeah. This should have been made before they left the racetrack.
Yeah.
I think.
Why are these?
They went to NASCAR interview and they're like, we'll review the data.
This is a problem that
just did it right then.
If you ask Denny fans, Joey fans, and Austin fans right now, I bet they'll all agree with you that they want more clarity in the rules. You know what I mean? Because all three would be like, this would have avoided the whole situation if we have more clarity about these rules. Because, well, I guess the ultimate argument about this whole thing is, NASCAR set up a scenario that encouraged this type of racing. Austin Dillon does this type of racing because they created the scenario, and then they penalize him and take away the sole purpose.
Denny was like, I get why he did it. Like, I understand why Austin Dillon did what he did. He's like, I don't like it, and I don't, support that, but I understand what he was trying to do. He's like, it's the game's fault, not Austin's. Like, Denny was at least like open-minded, but he was also like, it was also wrong. I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, after Denny's show. Yeah, I agree. I think that's why Denny was so calm about everything, because he kind of knew what was going to happen. I knew it was unprecedented when it may be controversial opinion, but I think they made the right call. Oh, okay. I mean, look, devil's advocate. I don't agree with it because it's my driver and I want him in the playoffs. But sorry if I sound sick, dude. I have been sick. I probably sound like shit.
You're sick every other week, honestly.
I know, man. I don't know what it is. No, I understand.
Hungover from that race win.
I understand the other side of the argument that they need to set boundaries so that this doesn't happen more in the future. And I get it, but it's just like, okay, but they didn't draw a line for us to understand what it is that they can and cannot do. So how does this help anything? That's my point. Is okay, fine. You want him to be the example, right? So he's the sacrifice to be the example. The 3, always the sacrifice. But fine, he'll be the sacrifice to be the example. But then at least say you can't right hook somebody. Okay, so now you're saying Austin, right? You know, it was an intentional right hook.
Rear end or something.
Okay, no, you can't do that. He came in with too much momentum when he bumped him. Okay, so now we're like setting limitations on bump and runs, right? But no, they just didn't give us anything. They just said, you just know. As drivers, you know. And that was the line, and he knew. And we all know.
There
If
was
you
a
don't
line,
know,
and he
know.
crossed it because
Yeah.
there's a line, and drivers know lines because lines are lines, and lines are on racetracks because lines are on the road, and lines are lines of lines. Yeah, dude, that shit was
If
blowing
you know,
my mind.
you know.
That shit was blowing my mind when they were like, yeah, these drivers know where the line is, and it was crossed. It was like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you where the line is, because if you don't know where the line is, then honestly, I don't think you deserve to even know where the line is.
Yeah,
But
because the
everybody that
line
does
is
know
the
where
line.
is, they agree with us, and so we all
Like
know where
South
the
Park
line
needs
is.
to make an episode about this shit.
We all know where the line is.
It drew me fucking nuts.
Dakota, look,
What?
here's my point about this whole thing. You clearly don't know where the line is, so you don't fucking get it, dude.
You just
So
don't
you just
understand
don't know
the
NASCAR like I do.
line.
I know NASCAR.
And then Junior Liz Petrol's like, how far is it to cross a line? It's like, dude, shut up. Like, shut the fuck up.
Shut up about lines.
But that was the thing, man. Just everybody shut the fuck. I was really happy because I kept asking questions in the group chat. I was like, if they're gonna take the win away, what are they gonna do? Because I was like, if they come back and are like, the 22 one or the 11 one, I was gonna flip the fuck out. But then I was like, they can. There's no way.
How'd the 11 get second?
Yeah, still confused about that.
Has
one.
anybody
I am
answered that?
still confused about that one.
Okay.
So he crossed the
Okay, at
line
least
like
we're all
5th or
confused.
6th. And they're saying loop lines. I was like, he was 5th or 6th when the yellow flew. Just to get rid of the win you're in. One sec. I was really happy because I thought they were just gonna say they're gonna take the win away, and I was gonna be like, so who won then? You can't just be like nobody won. I was like, we had 400 miles of racing. Somebody won the goddamn race. Because I was like, if they DQ them, then what? But then they're like, all right, you can win, but you're not in the playoffs. And I was like, well, that was kind of a low blow because the whole reason he did this and this whole thing happened was because he was trying to win to make the playoffs. Like, if I maybe get the Daytona 500, but like he wasn't going in there trying to dump Joey because he just wanted to win really bad. Like, goddamn. And I don't know, man. It just kind of makes the whole thing like, well, why have we been talking about this for 3 days now? Like, and NASCAR's gonna be like, the playoffs, it means everything. And they're just gonna play this real. And it's like, dude, you can't do that.
Well, they can't. Okay, honestly, if they tried to use that clip as promotion, if I'm RCR, I'm suing the shit out of them.
Oh,
because I'd be like, there's no way you can fine us for something that you're allowed to promote and profit off of. Because that would be insane.
You know, ironically, the last time someone's win was DQ'd and they weren't playoff eligible was Joey Logano at Richmond.
Oh shit! Yeah. Interesting.
Well, I mean, Denny Hamlin got DQ'd last year, but he still made the playoffs. But,
right.
Well, what was it, like 2018, 19 or something? I think it was 19. Joey won at Spring Richmond and then he was DQ'd because I think ride height or something, and they took the win away. Or they gave him the win, took away his eligibility to the playoffs, and he didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I was like, how? Like, it's weird how the racing gods work.
That is interesting. Because honestly, if Joey reacted differently, I think we'd be having a different conversation. If Joey got out of his car and was like, well, shit, man, you know, I'm pissed, but like, I don't know. You know what I mean? If the vibe was different, if the attitude and the response from the drivers was different, I think we'd have a whole different.
You know what bothers me is if Denny doesn't get hooked, say Denny just never gets there.
2017.
If Denny never gets there, like say Denny just was so far back that he never passed Austin Dillon, and Austin Dillon goes in there and just blasts the 22 up the track and goes on and wins. Does anything happen?
Well, so that's what I mean. We don't know because they didn't answer that question.
The line.
Because we don't know what the line is.
So that's
I don't know what line Denny Hamlin crossed either.
That's what bothers me is like, I think if he just goes in there and dumps Joey, there's nothing, like they're just like, hey guys, seriously,
guys, come on, seriously.
I don't think there's
$50,000 RCR.
Yes,
don't do it again, but seriously,
now. But I think
$50,000.
because of he wrecks Joey and then wrecks Denny, they're like, all right, hey, like,
hey,
yeah, I'm gonna go grab another beer.
Okay, I guess we can talk about the penalties because we should talk about now. Austin Dillon essentially is not in the playoffs. Let's be honest. Well, this is what I want fucking Dakota here for. Is if Austin Dillon has a chance. Essentially, it just depends on if what they brought to Richmond they can replicate moving forward. I mean, Michigan, Austin could do well there. Kyle, maybe. We'll see. But do you want to talk about the winning you're in situation?
Oh, yeah, like Nick was posting earlier. So I remember 2013, they had, I think it was 2013. It was 2011. No, 13. I can't remember. Jamie McMurray. It might have been 2011. Jamie McMurray wins 3 races. Wins 500, 600, I think a Dega or something. Wins the All-Star. Goes and doesn't make the playoffs after winning 3 races. And immediately they were like, yeah, that's kind of shitty, man. That sucks. Because he was like either kicking ass or kind of irrelevant. And Jamie Murray got totally fucked that season. And then they were like, hey, we should make winning more important. How about if you win a race, you make the playoffs? And I immediately was like, I think that's a great idea. I think that's pretty cool.
Yep.
I think that's like, it makes winning more important because guys were racking up like 8 or 9 wins a season and shit.
Yep, 2011.
And it was
I feel like it was 2014 though.
That was Kevin's season. But
2014 was when they started the new point system with the winning you're in.
Yes,
right?
they started the rounds.
Yeah.
That was when they started.
Maybe it was 2011, and then by 2014 they like implemented it.
So he totally got screwed. Oh shit, my bad. Even worse.
Damn.
Was it 2010? Yeah, something like that.
Who cares?
So
anyway, the point of the story is
2020 is almost 5 years ago.
Oof.
So I know. So it was totally like, wow, yeah, that makes winning more important. As hey, you're automatically in the playoffs. I like that rule. I still like that rule.
I've always
I don't care. I don't care if Corey LaJoy wins a fucking race. He's in the playoffs. Huge money boost for the team. Huge point standings at the end of the day for the team. More broadcasts on TV for the team. And I don't give a fuck about wasted playoff spot because legitimately their top 8 are probably going to win the champ. One of those guys is going to win the championship. I never, ever, ever, never has someone snuck in with the 16th seed and gone on and won the championship lights out, knockout. I love the transfer system. I've always advocated for, I don't think the points should roll over, but I think it can be tweaked. We talk about the playoffs every so often, but
yeah, we do.
I love the playoffs. I think it can be tweaked a little. I love the go or go home style, but a lot of people are pissed like this is why they shouldn't have winning you're in. And I was like, trust me guys, y'all don't want these old problems. If we went just back to like, oh yeah, they just took the points, then we'd be going into Daytona like, yeah, I guess this is your playoffs, whatever. Like, okay, but the gap from 16th to 17th, like if you just had the point system, what was the gap to 16th and 17th was like 118 points. You'd be like, yeah, this is your playoff field. Like, why are we even doing this?
Okay,
but the fact that someone can win the season finale and make it in the playoffs,
that's
exciting.
True. That's true.
That's exciting.
But like they have an argument that it does create this problem.
It it creates this, oh, these guys ain't been nowhere all year and they hit it one weekend and now they're in the playoffs. And I'm like, that's the name of the game. You just got to win one of them.
Tony Stewart, 2011, snuck his way in, was
And he
dog
won
shit.
5 races in a row.
Yeah. That was also Tony Stewart. But
Yeah, put some respect on his name.
yeah.
That was
You could do that in
baller
anything.
shit.
Yeah.
Baller shit, dude. That was so
Yeah.
badass. Yeah, and I'm cool with that. No one's saying that was illegitimate. He wasn't around the first 5 races. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's badass. Go or go home. That's what it makes up. Hey, you can suck. That's another thing. What if Austin Dillon wins 5 more races this season? Just say, what if Austin Dillon won 5 more races this year? And
Yeah.
people wouldn't be like, they were irrelevant. You know, it's like you can suck for half the season and turn it around and kick ass.
So
Or vice
should we
versa.
talk about moving forward? Austin Dillon is no longer in the playoffs.
Does he have a
But-
chip on his shoulder?
but
and have something to prove?
Richmond, let's not forget, he was the fastest car. He was going to earn that victory if it wasn't
Yeah,
for
they
Ricky Stenhouse
straight up
wrecking.
were earning it.
They were going to win that. Did RCR figure something out in that 2 weeks off? Is this something that they bring into Michigan? Like, how does this move forward? Or was that just the one and done chance? Like, RCR
I
was
hope
like,
not.
I don't know.
I hope Austin.
They had the
it's gonna be
sponsors
hard going
there,
into
like-
Michigan, but I hope that Austin's feels like he has something to prove, and I hope he drives like a madman these next couple weeks. And I'm excited to see him and Kyle at Daytona. I hope they work. I hope that they're gonna bring hot rods.
Yeah,
I hope
that's
they
the
work
one that we all
together
gotta
and get through the race. And I
Yeah.
hope one of them can get it done. Because that was one thing that went through my head out before the penalty. I was like, so Austin's in the playoffs. I said he can go to Daytona and defend Kyle, like push Kyle. And I was
Right,
like,
that
that
would've
would be
been
badass.
sweet.
So yeah, and then I kind of like I'm even more advocating. I want Austin to go win one of these races. He's good at Darlington. I want him to go, and I know the stakes are high. I mean, hey, one off race, he did good. Can he do good again? But I want him to like go get some top 5s or 10s, and maybe winner. If he could win a race, would be fucking home run. But how badass would it be if he just goes and wins Michigan, and he's just like,
Dude, that would be sick. That would be
Yeah.
sick.
I'd get out of the car and just be like,
Yeah.
suck it. I'd be throwing DX, suck it off the fucking top of the car.
No,
and
I would
everything.
I would go up to Joey's pit box and do a burnout.
Yeah, do a burnout in front of Joey's pit box on pit road
Yeah, and just have like
in front of his wife and child.
have Richard Childress just wire like $100,000 to NASCAR, and he's like, yeah.
We're gonna need pit road to clear. For 5 minutes. Man, yeah, dude, I really hope so for your sake too. But shit, you want to rate this bad boy? I'll let you go first.
I don't know, man. It's a weird one to rate for me.
I
Austin
gave
Dillon.
the first Richmond a 6.4.
That's what I gave it.
Oh, I did. You gave it a 6.0. The first Richmond.
Oh shit. Okay.
The
I'm
one
gonna tell you right
Christopher
now,
Bell
it's above a
kicked
6-0.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 9.9.
Your guy was gonna win the race and punted Joey Logano into the catch fence. So that's the highest rating on Chairgatin history.
Yeah, I think because I would give it a 10 if he kept the playoff spot.
Yeah.
It would have been perfect
I'd say
for me.
9.9 and a 10 if you were there.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point, actually. That's a good. Honestly, though, if I was there, I would be like, I'm going to break the rules and go to a 20.
Oh man, it's weird because I'm looking at some of my other ratings, and I was like, well, I was gonna give it this, but it wasn't better than that. Oh, because I gave Dega 8.0. Well, it was better than those races. I give it an 8.0.
Okay, explain yourself.
I thought the race was fair. It was a good race. We saw passing with the tires and strategy was fun. Not that it has to happen, but there was no yellows. It was green flag the whole way. Very odd caution with 2 to go. However, Austin Dillongate at the end was exceptional and
The
great.
Dillongate.
I almost want to give it higher, but I just think it was a good old Richmond race with a spectacular fireworks finish, and
Dillongate's a good name for this episode, by the way.
we had under the light short track racing. It should have been a Saturday, but under the light short track racing, and heated tempers, flaring, and burnouts, and kids in danger. So it was a good all around good race for Richmond. Very good for Richmond. I think this makes like we need to go Richmond next year. People need to maybe it'll sell some tickets. No, not us.
If it was Saturday,
if it's Saturday night race, I would be more tempted.
Bristol's Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they that's like Darlington. If they move the Bristol night race to a Sunday, fuck them. They're fucking dead to me.
Yeah, honestly, I guess that's probably why it's like a ground rule for fans, because Saturday night race, baby.
That's right.
Did you get the other payment?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I wanted you to know I'd already bought your ticket. I was just waiting on you.
Okay. Well, now we are good to go.
We're good to go. We're going.
We're going.
We're fucking
And
going.
I just told my wife like last week.
Oh my god.
So. Actually, it was over the weekend, not even a
week ago. You told her when I was there, you're like, I might do a thing.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So, yeah, when she saw the Venmo get sent, she's like, "What's that for?" I was like, "Oh yeah."
We got another YouTube. Just some stuff.
Oh man, this
podcast honestly
keeps us going to races.
Honestly, yeah. I'm like, oh god.
We're golfing. We're fucking golfing, dude.
Yeah, we are.
Are we gonna make some picks for Michigan?
Yeah. Oh, we're going to Michigan this weekend. Michigan last couple of years, man, been pretty good. Ford's house.
Very excited for.
I think it's Denny versus Ford's this weekend. Not good for Austin Dillon's favor. However, he's been pretty decent here before. Remember when Brad Keselowski right hooked him into the goddamn fence here?
Yeah, that's
Where's
true.
that goddamn penalty and DQ and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Not eligible for the playoffs. Yeah, you remember that? I remember Brad right hooked him like past the start finish line after the stage finish, and it was like totally not cool.
Yeah.
Because Austin, it was like for 6. I remember, or 5th or 6th. Austin Dillon was running good. So maybe they'll bring some cars. Kyle Busch was fast here last year and spun himself out. That was disappointing. I think Ford's. I'm leaning hard on some guys. I'll go ahead and give an underdog pick. I won't steal your thunder. Well, that's another thing. Is Austin Dillon underdog now? He's not in the playoff.
Oh shit!
But he won the race. So I'm gonna take the underdog of shit. He won a race. I was gonna take him. Oh, fuck. I keep thinking of guys, and I'm like, fuck. I'll take Noah Gragson. Linton car driving a Ford. He was good here in Xfinity, sort of, I guess, but just thinking of Ford. I was just thinking Fords all day off the top of my head.
Yeah, Noah's that fun pick. That's easy to.
Yeah, it's a fun pick.
Can I pick Kyle Busch?
No, he made the playoffs last year.
Is it the rule is they make the playoffs last year? I thought the rule was they have to.
At this point, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, sure. Pick Kyle Busch.
Well, what is the rule? Honestly, I don't even remember.
We said made the playoffs last year or has won already.
Oh, okay, that's a tight underdog category.
I guess.
Do you want me to make another selection?
No, Kyle Busch works. I think maybe you'll give him some juju and he'll win.
Okay, because my lock is Austin Dillon.
Hey, nice, dude. RCR to the house. You just pick RCR every week now.
Because I could switch those if you want. I don't care. That's what I was going to say. All right, what's your lock, man?
I am going Ryan Blaney in the 12 car. Fords across the board. I think it's going to be a Ford in victory lane. And I think Blaney he's had some hot speed this summer. And, I mean, RFK did good here last year. I'd love to see Buescher win, but so I got that vibe that cool. Blaney. I don't know what scheme he's running, but I think Blaney.
I'd like to see Buescher make the playoffs.
Me too. I'm really rooting for him. Him, Bubba, and fucking Ross are on the bubble. It's kind of close. And Ty Gibbs and Martin Truex are slipping.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see Ross and Busher in. I feel like they'd make things a bit entertaining. Brad's not a bad pick either. Yeah, good goal.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Austin Dillon, still a winner, still a race winner. Not in
Can't
the
take it
playoff.
away from him.
5-time Cup winner, baby.
Hey.
Serious
man.
NASCAR, future Hall of Famer, probably.
No, future team owner.
Yeah, a Hall of Famer when he retires because he'll be like a manager. Yeah, we got to win, dude.
Yeah. Hey, celebrate. I'll pull this up right now. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm ready to run Sunday back. Some couch beers, have a good old fucking time, and just sit back and watch Austin Dillon try to go for it again.
You know what? This almost feels like in 2017 when I was, as an Astros fan, we won the World Series, and then we got caught cheating, and everybody was like, "They should take that World Series away from you."
Can't take it from
And I
us.
still had to wear the Astros gear, and I was like, "I don't care." I would walk through airports with an Astros hat on, and people would be like, "Boo me!" as I walked.
Faggot.
Yeah, dude, it was a thing. So it's not as bad as 2017 Astros or 2018. But it does feel a little bit like that when people see the Austin Dillon stuff. They're like, "Oh, is that like a joke or something?"
No,
and
dude,
like,
fan for life.
At this point, it kind of is, but he's still.
I'll give it.
Baby.
It makes those fucking funny pictures of you being pissed even better. Like
yeah,
all those times you were pissed off.
People don't understand, dude. I go to tracks and I actively cheer for Austin Dillon. It's a lifestyle choice.
You were pissed at Dagan. I was like, he was 30th.
What race was that you said that? And you killed me.
Spring Dagan race because he led with 30 to go, I guess. And they got shuffled out or a pit stop or shuffled to the back. And
and then he had
just stayed back there. He stayed back there and never got back to the front. And you were so mad. And I was like, dude, he was 30th the last 20 laps.
I was mad because it was just a collection of
you were like, he was supposed to win.
It was a destiny thing, and you wouldn't understand. And it was supposed to happen.
I remember how mad you were, and I was like, what?
Yeah, you were like, dude, he always finishes 28th.
No,
and I was like,
I have faith in him on super speedways for sure, but
no, but it's a thing that if you haven't been to a race with me, you wouldn't understand. But it is a thing. I get mad at the end of races because I'm
take away my playoffs. You can't take away my trophy, bitch.
Exactly. I'm stoked. Hey, we got it done. Austin Dillon in victory lane. I'm stoked. It finally happened. Now I got 2 more years. If he's still here in 2 years, we can get another victory to hang our hat on. So.
Hey, yeah, that may have just insured him 4 more years in office.
In the 3-car, the real Intimidator.
Check us out next week, and we'll talk about fucking the crazy Michigan gate, and talk about the next race coming up, Daytona. Austin Dillon's a winner, bitch.
Peace.